So it's summer of 2010 now. So it was 4 years ago, summer. So we went to this one place, wanted to go dancing, but it was extremely hot. So I had remembered that there was a cute bartender at a place called Empire, and they always had great air conditioning. So I suggested, let's go to Empire.
So I worked at the bar in Sacramento, and she had come in a few times. She would hang out with her friends, and it wasn't like a typical person that comes to a bar and tries to dance with everybody or whatever. She would come in, she would hang out just with her friends and kind of dance close to the bar, and I just kept seeing her coming in.
I thought that he was just a typical cocky bartender that would like to go for girls and just a typical bartender.
By the second or third time that she came in, I made a point to remember her drink.
Well, when I got to the bar, he pretty much just slid my drink onto the bar. I didn't even have to ask for it or anything. So I was kind of impressed by that, because I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe I'm not just some customer of his.
And then one night I was just like, she's really cute. I got to ask this girl for her number. So I asked her, and she was kind of hesitant at first, and then she kind of, all right, fine. So I got a napkin and a pen, gave her it, wrote her name and her number down. And when I got the napkin back, I looked at it and I was like, this is kind of scribbled. I can't even see what number it was. It's almost like she intentionally didn't want me to call her.
I thought he was cute, but I wasn't really wanting to get into a relationship. So he asked me for my number, and I kind of just loosely scribbled it down on a napkin. On a napkin. I loosely scribbled it down, honestly. I thought, okay, well, if he knows what the number is, then, he'll call me, and if it's meant to be, it'll be.
One of her friends chimed in. I think it was Heidi. She chimed in. She's like, no, it's a whatever number it was. And so I corrected the number.
I think one of the first times I really felt that I loved him was when I saw him with his family. Just kind of seeing him with them, just to see how much they loved him and how good he was with his nephews and with little kids. And it made me just know that I loved him a lot.
I remember one night we were at our old apartment, and we cooked dinner, and it was dinner and a movie kind of thing. And she went to the bathroom, and she came back, and she did something quirky or fun. And I was just like, man, I'm really starting to fall in love with this woman. And it just came over me, and I was just like, it was actually, one of those special moments that I just, I mouthed, I love you to her. And I wasn't quite ready to say it to her yet. So she's like, what did you just say? And I was like, she's like, what? I'm like, watermelon. You say it on stage with, if you're in the background and you're supposed to be talking, but you're not. She's like, okay, right. I'm like, watermelon. So that was one of the big turning points. The day I proposed, I woke up at 4 o'clock, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and I was ready to go. I was like, I'd had the ring for about a month and a half, 2 months, and I just had to do it. I couldn't wait any longer. I was gonna wait till the sunset, and I'm like, I don't care, I gotta do it right now. And went back into the room and said, hey, we're gonna, go to see sunrise with me?
When we're sitting on the beach watching the sunrise, he was being very, very fidgety. We had laid a towel out. We were just kind of sitting, facing the ocean, waiting for the sun to come up. And I had reached over and grabbed him to tickle him, and he jumped higher than I've ever seen him jump before. And I was just kind of like, what is going on? Like, why are you being so weird?
And she was like all lovey on me and rubbing my side and my leg and everything. And I was all nervous because I'm like, you're gonna feel the ring, like get away from me.
So I was like, okay, then I started kind of getting nervous. Like, okay, maybe he's gonna ask me, maybe I just completely missed it, which I did. And he's gonna ask me to marry him. So he goes and he stands in front of me and he grabs my hands and he's swinging my hands. And I'm just looking at him like, what are you doing right now? And then it dawned on me that he was about to ask me. And then it was early morning. It was kind of cool out and the poor guy was sweating. So I knew something was up.
We stood up to kind of leave. The sun had risen, and I held her close and talked to her for a little while and just told her how much I loved her, and just got down on one knee.
oh my gosh, is this really happening right now? After, I mean, we had been together 3 years, which is, you know, a good amount of time, but I was not thinking that it was coming at all. So it was kind of, I was just blindsided.
She was just so overwhelmed. She just started crying like instantly. She was just like, are you kidding me? She kept repeating over and over again, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like over and over again. I mean, I swear she said this like 30 times. It was the cutest thing, and I'm like, yes, I'm serious. And she just, you know, I stood up and gave her the biggest hug ever.
As much as I remember, between myself saying Scott Joseph, his first and middle name, over and over, I have no idea why. I just know that he got down on his knee and looked up at me and said, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and will you marry me? Just the basic, probably the main and only thing that he could get out of his mouth at the time, because I know the poor guy was so nervous. I know I had started crying, and I said, yes, of course I'll marry you. I mean, I couldn't have it any other way, of course.
She truly is my best friend. You know, we can be laying there and doing absolutely nothing, and I feel completely at peace with her. We can be out in the yard, we could just, you know, be driving in the car, and there's no one I would rather be with than her. And I know that probably everyone says that, but I guess when you find that one person that you want to spend your life with, that's the answer that everyone should have, that you want to spend every waking moment with that person. When I'm not with her, I want to be with her. When I'm with her, I'm thanking my lucky stars that I have someone that I can share all of our special times together with.
He's just such a caring guy. He's just such a good-hearted guy. He's honest, which is really hard to find. I mean, even the little things to both of us matter so much with honesty. And I think we both have the same ideas on how to raise a family. He's my best friend. Honestly, I can really say that. Like, I would rather be with him than anyone else. And he's just fun, and I think we just have really good chemistry together, and I love being around him, and I feel like I could have this feeling forever.